Argentina. This is Argentina. Although it is the 8th largest country in the world and the 2nd largest in Latin America, with a beautiful capital, Argentina and Argentinian culture is rather unknown in Europe. With this video we would like to change that. And what better way to start than with some interesting facts. Argentina is that big partly because it claims almost 1 million square kilometers in Antarctica. In the Latin language, the word argentum means silver. The original European settlers believed that the country was full of silver, which is not true, but the initial myth influenced the modern name of Argentina. So, no silver, but there are some other nice things. In 1891, Juan Puchetic, an Argentine policeman with Austro-Hungarian roots, made the first criminal fingerprint identification. In consequence, Argentina was the first country to utilize fingerprinting in order to determine if a person was guilty of a crime. Furthermore, an Argentinian export hit is the Che. Ernesto Che Guevara was born and raised in the district of Córdoba in Argentina, before he traveled Latin America and finally became one of the major figures of the Cuban Revolution. And in Argentina, we have some first prizes to award. It has the widest street in the world, the so-called 9 de Julio in Buenos Aires, which by the way means good winds, and was the first country in Latin America to legalize same-sex marriage in 2010. The current pontiff of the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Francis, is the first non-European to be chosen to serve in that office. He's a native of Argentina and once worked as a bar bouncer in Buenos Aires. So now, before we finally move on to the main issue of this video, let's hear 2 fun facts. Government officials in Lionel Messi's hometown in Argentina have banned parents from naming their children Messi, because they said it would lead to mass confusion. And secondly, the toothpaste Colgate in Argentine Spanish translates to "go hang yourself." Well, as you have seen so far, Argentina is a very interesting nation, and now we would like to have a look at a particularly nice part of Argentinian culture. Because they share everything all the time. In Argentinian cities works with magnetic cards instead of cash or stamping paper tickets. For example, the Sube in Buenos Aires or the Red Bus in Mendoza. This is very practical, but sometimes a problem as soon as you forget the card back at home, forget to recharge it, or when just all the kiosks nearby do not charge the swipe cards, which happens more often than you might think. Yet, in Argentina, for every problem there's a solution, and this particular kind of problem actually does not remain a problem when you live in a country characterized by sharing. So what happens when you forget your card? Another passenger passes you his own without accepting money in return. He knows that next time he forgets his card, another friendly person will help him out. Consequently, sharing does not only happen within the realm of friends and family, which we will see in a second, also strangers share with each other whenever it is necessary. Wherever you are in this beautiful country, you can see people walking or sitting around and drinking from a strange-looking cup. What they're drinking is called mate, and they drink it from a cup, which is also called mate. Confused? Don't be. Everything will be explained shortly. Mate is very popular in Argentina. Not only it is very healthy, but also delicious. At the beginning, you might have to get used to its very characteristic taste, but once you tried your first sips, you might get hooked and enjoy all its benefits. In Argentina, there's an entire mate drinking culture, and you can see many groups of people sharing this unique and special drink. But first, let's have a quick look at some facts about mate. Yerba mate is a plant that grows wild in the subtropical jungles of Argentina and other South American countries. Its leaves are harvested and used to make the mate drink. Yes, you guessed right. It's like tea actually. That's why you sometimes hear the expression mate tea. But of course not in Argentina, where it's simply known as mate. The Guarani, indigenous people from South America's interior, were the first ones to use the drink made out of mate leaves. Later, the European settlers found out about mate's beneficial properties and started to cultivate the plants for commercial reasons. You might say that's when mate's triumphant advance into Argentinian culture began, and everyone started drinking it everywhere. And it's literally everyone and everywhere. From everyday people, as well as Pope Francis, to Argentinian football gods Maradona and Messi, Che Guevara, or the Beatles, and even Barack Obama. Argentinians drink it at the office, at home, while studying, traveling on the underground, or just strolling around. No place is off limits. And age doesn't matter either. So how's mate prepared? First, you need a cup to hold the mate leaves and the water. This cup is called mate as well. Do you get it? Mate refers to the drink and the cup that holds the drink at the same time. Second, you need a bombilla. It's like a straw, usually made of metal, but you can also find ones that are made of bamboo. And at last, you need a thermo or a tea kettle for the hot water. Now fill the gourd with mate leaves. Pour hot water into the mate. Wait a moment. And start drinking. Easy, isn't it? But it's even better when shared. Drinking and sharing mate happens all around and on a daily basis with friends or colleagues. Even strangers will invite you to share their mate. It's not only a sign of respect, but also because people invite you to get to know them and become part of the group. So enjoy your mate, get to know your new friends, and always remember, sharing is caring. Sharing among friends and family is also expressed during an asado. The asado is the most popular social gathering in Argentina, which can go on for hours and hours and hours. No matter how you choose to translate it, an asado simply isn't a barbecue. To compare an asado to a barbecue would probably be the fastest way to make enemies in Argentina. You would think it's the same, right? But no, it's not the same. And that's why you get a step-by-step guide to an authentic Argentinian asado. It all starts out with the right device. In contrast to Germany, you would never use one of those portable grills which look like a UFO. Even though this one here is a little bit bigger, it's still not the right one. For an authentic Argentinian asado, you need something like this. A proper brick-built parrilla, which is one of the most important elements. Why? One of the reasons is already the size. The portable barbecue grills might have enough space to grill everyone's own little steak, sausages or wrapped feta cheese, but it's definitely not the right size for the proper Argentinian beef. No Argentinian would think about his own predefined portion. Instead, they grill several big pieces of their mouth-watering beef with a lot of salt, cut them into palatable chunks, and then lay these out on a wooden board in the middle of the table for everybody to serve themselves. And don't forget the chorizos, the Argentinian sausages, which are also bigger and apparently designed to be shared, so that every family or group member has a shot at the tasty grilled result. Since Argentinian asados are conceptualized to take a long time, it is not only about the range of barbecue techniques, but also stands for the social event as such. During an asado, you will have long conversations, play parlor games or football, and prepare side dishes together. All these activities are an integral part of the asado and illustrate that not only the food itself is shared, but also the quality time together. So let's move on to another instance of food sharing in Argentina. As we have already seen in the previous example, Argentina is known for its eating culture, which is obviously distinct from German eating culture. Firstly, this is due to its wide range of traditional food. And secondly, as we have seen, in contrast to other countries, eating and drinking in Argentina is very often associated with the process of sharing. To illustrate that with the last example, we'll have a look at eating pizza and drinking beer in Argentina, in contrast to, well, let's say, Germany. Imagine the following situation in Germany. You are sitting in a restaurant with a bunch of friends and want to order pizza. As for German restaurants, it is not unusual to have a huge range of different pizzas. Deciding on a pizza might take its time. Is it going to be pizza Bologna, pizza tuna, pizza tropicana, or rather special pizza with extra onions, double cheese, mushrooms and pickles? Argentina, however, has overcome this issue. Most of the rather cheap pizza places you find in Argentina offer a very limited variety of pizzas, and bars normally offer only one sort of pizza, the mozzarella or mozza, which is similar to margherita but with more cheese. Due to the smaller set of opportunities and the association of eating with sharing, a group of 10 Argentinians, for instance, would not order 10 single pizzas. Instead, it is common to see groups of 10 sharing the slices of one pizza. Similar to the asado, meetings like this can go on for hours. So eating pizza in Argentina is not just about eating pizza. It is much more. It is a social event. You meet with your friends, you eat, you talk, you laugh, you tell stories, and eventually you drink beer. Regardless of whether it is a Quilmes beer or another one, the most interesting aspect of Argentinian beers is the size of its bottles. People from Europe would probably expect small individual bottles, maximum half a liter. In Argentina, however, 1-liter sized bottles are served with several glasses, which again shows that there is a socializing component in drinking, since the whole bottle will be shared by the group of friends. These 4 examples portray the value Argentinians ascribe to sharing and the subsequently produced social bonding with friends, family, and even strangers on the bus. The ritualized drinking of mate, the sharing an asado, or the simple gesture of handing over a swipe card ties relations in a group and confirms the importance of being a member in a collective, such as a family, a peer group, or townsfolk.